Welcome to the second last Am I the Asshole of the Year? Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy.
How would I read?
Get therapy.
What's up, Wikimaniacs? Welcome back to Am I the Asshole Friday. My name is Josh Shell. I'm joined with my two co-hosts, John and Sean. What's up, boys?
Hello. Hola.
Anything new going on with you guys?
No. Kendrick dropped and it's fantastic.
Ooh, Luther though.
Luther is fucking
Luther.
perfect, bro. A perfect song.
Mustard!
Exactly.
I've just been screaming that out of nowhere.
Not to get into Reddit podcast drama, but didn't he drop a line kind of dissing another Reddit podcast?
I don't know. He dropped a line talking about podcasters or white comedians making jokes on black women, which I think is like I don't know. I saw people saying Andrew Schultz.
Yes.
I've seen other people. They're not talking about us. I'll tell you that.
Because we are not comedians.
We are not comedians, and we're not racist pieces of shit.
Yes.
Like Andrew
I don't
Schultz.
actually know what he was talking about, but because I don't know the drama. I just heard that. I saw TikToks about the
I sent
the
you
line.
that tea before. What? It's a certain group of podcasters that were like, oh no, they used to be popular. Now they're not.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Well, if anyone could fill me in the comments without throwing names or anything like that around, let me know.
Throw the names. Who cares?
Speculation.
If Kendrick don't like him, I don't like him.
That's fair, actually. Yeah. But anyway, you guys are doing well?
Oh yes.
Cool.
It's getting a lot colder here. It's about like 50s in the mornings.
Bro.
So it's not too bad.
We haven't seen snow yet. It's late November as we're recording. We haven't seen snow yet where I am, and it makes me fearful of
That it's gonna be bad.
No, our climate is rapidly changing, and we will not be here in 40 years, but that's
Wow.
fine, I guess.
I wasn't planning to be anyway, so I'm good.
Yeah.
We won't be that old. We'll be in our 70s.
You'll be in
That's
your
not crazy.
70s.
That's long
We
enough
won't even
for
be
me.
octogenarians yet.
I'm
Honestly,
good.
right now is long enough for John, if we're being truly honest.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, and I had a great time, people.
No, you have
Good
to
God.
host the
You're
podcast.
contractually obligated for another 50 years. I
Yeah,
don't know what
50
to tell
years,
you.
John. You're not going anywhere.
I can't.
But all right, boys, you want to hop into the first story of the day.
Let's do it.
All right, this one was posted on Am I the Asshole by DM Lives or Lives, not sure. And Office fans will love the title of this one. Am I the asshole for suing my neighbor after their kid trespassed and fell into my koi pond?
Have you seen the outtakes of that? It's so good.
That episode was a whole Am I the Asshole on Jim because he
For just leaving his ass.
for not helping him. So
He was too embarrassed to get down and dirty and help out Michael.
exactly.
But also, Michael could have just stood up. I don't know.
He did freak out.
What are you guys saying about this one?
What was the title again? I totally blanked out.
I was just waiting for the office bit.
Am I the asshole for suing my neighbor after their kid trespassed and fell into my koi pond?
No, that sounds illegal. Trespassing?
Also, where are the parents? It sounds like their fault.
Yes.
All right.
Now, depending on the age of the kid, it's probably the parents' fault. If the kid is like 10 and up, then that's on the kid. And still legally, that's the parents' fault, I think. So I think Gopi's okay.
The
All
way
right.
I'm suing. Koi fishes are expensive.
Yeah, I had no idea. I actually looked it up after this. They're
What is the
very
cost of a koi
expensive.
fish?
Like
A lot.
Yeah, like $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Actually, I think he talks about it in this.
Can you
but
breed them?
That I
Sure
don't
you
know.
can.
I didn't go that far into the research.
This might be our next business opportunity, boys.
Breeding koi fish.
Yeah. If the podcast thing doesn't work out, I think we found our next one.
All right. So I, 22 male, have a koi pond in my backyard. It's not just any koi pond. It's a full-blown, professionally designed Japanese garden with a bridge, waterfalls, and koi that cost more than my car.
Wow.
Sheesh. That sounds zen as fuck, bro. I want to hang out there.
It does sound relaxing. I'm talking $1,000 per fish. There you go, Sean.
Ooh.
Maintaining this pond is my pride and joy. I put years into this hobby, and my yard is securely fenced with no trespassing signs everywhere. Enter my neighbor, Karen. Fake name, but fitting. Karen has a son, let's call him Timmy, 8 male, who is notorious for wandering into other people's yards uninvited.
That's bad parenting. I gotta say, that's insane.
Like, especially since his yard is like fenced off and has no trespassing signs.
No, you
like,
have
signs
to be
everywhere.
You're working hard to break in. It's not an accident that you're there.
I've talked to Karen multiple times about this, but she just brushes it off with, kids will be kids. Last week, while I was out running errands, I got a frantic call from Karen. Apparently, Timmy climbed over my fence to feed the fish, even though I have explicitly told him to stay out. In doing so, he slipped, fell into the pond, and destroyed part of the carefully maintained ecosystem.
Ooh.
Several of my prized koi fish died due to stress, and the filtration system was damaged because of the debris Timmy kicked in. Luckily, Timmy wasn't severely hurt, just a few scrapes. But Karen has been demanding I pay for his medical bills.
Hell
Bitch,
no,
you're
Karen.
fucking
You got
crazy.
me fucked up.
She claims my pond is an attractive nuisance and that I should have had a cover or something to prevent kids from falling in. I argued that 1, it's private and fenced in property, and 2, her son had no business being there in the first place.
Yeah.
Yup.
When I refused to pay, Karen lost it and started bad-mouthing me to the whole neighborhood, calling me heartless and a terrible person. I've since filed a lawsuit against her for the cost of the koi, the damage of the filtration system, and repairs to my pond, which is over $5,000.
It sounds like you were going to let it slide until she was being a bitch about it. I'm not going to lie.
Multiple warnings is crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds, because it sounds like only after she disparaged you to the neighborhood. Also, I don't know. I would have not even given her that grace. I would have sued. That's the death of multiple pets, brother. Can you imagine?
Imagine it was like a dog or something.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Like, I'd be furious.
I mean, even if it was just like, even if they didn't die, imagine like a random stranger hopping your fence and feeding your dogs shit that you don't know.
True.
What the fuck? Like, no fucking way. I would have sued so hard immediately.
Not to mention,
I'm kicking that kid. I don't give a fuck.
No, yeah. I'm not going to front. Whenever he said, luckily the kid wasn't injured, I was like, is that luckily, or are we kind of, the kid needs to learn a lesson, not to, oh man. Recording in the early afternoons, maybe I'm filled with rage already. I don't know.
Welcome to my life, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he got like a scare, which is probably good. Hopefully it teaches him a lesson that way.
With the parenting of this mother, I unfortunately doubt so.
So do I.
Because it's crazy to, your kid trespassed and the koi pond was attractive. If you don't shut your dumb ass.
So some of my friends think I'm taking it too far, saying he's just a kid. But others agree that Karen should have been watching him better.
Yes, bro.
So
what are you doing not watching your 8-year-old?
Exactly. Or
what are you doing?
Teaching
Is that
them.
not there's a word I'm thinking of.
Negligent.
Negligent.
Yeah.
Is that, can you not be arrested for negligence? I don't know.
100%. So final sentence. Am I the asshole for suing my neighbor after her kid trespassed and destroyed my koi pond?
No, I would have sued for much more amount of money. Are you fucking kidding me? Multiple warnings. And like what Sean's saying, you have been very gracious in all this situation, because that one instance is enough for me to be like, hey, you need to fucking stop, or I'm calling the cops on your ass immediately. To the point that multiple fish died. It fucked up the ecosystem. It's not even just the ones that survived. It's going to affect the rest of the, however, how much fish you have in that pond. Not only that, the whole excuse of it was just a kid. Well, this is just a lawsuit that's about to happen to your ass because you are going to pay for all this shit. At the end of the day, it's a private lot. What is her fucking excuse about it's a nuisance to the community, how it's a sore eyes? Bitch, what the fuck are you? You're
she's
a terrible
saying it's
parent.
attractive.
Yeah,
right?
she's saying it's too good looking.
It's
Or
too
too
good
good
looking.
Dan, what the fuck? It's a private damn backyard. What the hell are you doing snooping in other people's places? But yeah, I agree. Fuck this kid. Fuck this parent. And I think they're terrible people. And I hope they pay a lot of money on this shit.
Man, I hope they. No, that's rude. I don't hope that.
Say it.
I was gonna be like, I hope this kid gets taken away. That's too much. I think that's too much. Just pay the $5,000.
I hope
or
the 5,000 makes her realize that she needs to take better responsibility over her child.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going too scorched earth. I think ultimately she should raise the children.
Sean.
Mustard. I think she should just do it better. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna open Monday's episode. No intro, just mustard. And it might still happen. Who
I'm
knows?
gonna forget. Go ahead.
Yeah, Reddit agreed with you guys, not the asshole.
Yeah.
Christentia said, not the asshole at all. You received damages on your private property due to a trespasser. Your koi pond is gated behind a fence that is something preventing a kid from falling in. Absolutely hold this person accountable. She seems very spoiled, entitled, and needs a reality check.
And now her kid is. So
Yeah.
just a generational fucking spoiled assholes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So even her argument of like, you need something to cover the pond to keep kids from falling in. It's like, well, there's a fence around it. It's like, that should be enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Your
do your
kid
fucking
climbed
job
a
and
fence
your
and trespassed.
Yeah.
your little shitty spawn out here fucking up everyone's stuff. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next story here, posted by Go Davey Go. And
Go
Davey Go. And the title is
Brandon Fight.
what?
Am I the asshole for refusing to cater to one student's dietary restrictions when bringing snacks for my son's third grade class?
I could see this being like, if you were told ahead of time and then you were still like, well, fuck it, I'm going to just, that one kid won't get snacks. That's kind of fucked up. But if like, I can imagine, I was going to say kolaches, but that's not like that's a Texas thing. I don't know if people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's different for like kolaches in Texas is much more different. Like I don't know if it's Scandinavian type of kolaches.
I think they're Czech.
Or Czech.
Yeah. But essentially, like a Texas kolache would be like, I think a kolache is pretty much like a soft bread and any kind of topping or filling. Mm-hmm. But Texas is like known for like sausage filled soft bread kolache. But like I'm imagining like if I brought kolaches for my kids' class and I didn't know like, oh, there are like 5 vegans in the class and maybe like somebody that only eats halal. Be like, ooh, fuck. So next time I would know, maybe get some like potato and egg ones.
Right.
But if you just first time bringing snacks, you're trying to be nice, I could see how.
Wouldn't potato and egg still not technically vegan though?
Oh shit, that's works for halal though. Are eggs vegetarian? Do vegetarians eat eggs?
Yes.
I think it's an animal product.
Yeah, but vegans can't.
Vegans.
Vegans can eat it.
Vegans are with the peanut allergy people. We're just trying to naturally select them out of here.
Jesus.
And that's why
It's
I
a
won that
joke.
case on that fucking Am I the Asshole last week, all right? Sean thinks vegan. I'm just kidding.
Oh, fuck. It's crazy that you pulled kolaches. I was like, I had to look it up. I didn't.
Okay,
even know
yeah,
that
that's a thing that I didn't know was not a thing everywhere until like I was in college and I went to California and I was like, man, there's like no donut and kolache places, and they're like, yeah, because they don't fucking exist over here. I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, they look like. Am I wrong? Like pigs in a blanket?
Yeah, it's like a pig in a blanket.
It's basically a pig.
That's
in a
why,
blanket,
because
yeah.
they always mention pigs in a blanket on TV. So I was like, oh, kolaches are everywhere. No.
I mean, I guess
Incorrect.
technically they
Never
are.
call them kolaches.
Just called something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So my son's in the 3rd grade and his teacher asked if parents could help bring snacks throughout the year. Lunch is later on in the day this year, so these snacks help tide the kids over. It's all voluntary and only request was to avoid peanuts, Sean.
That's what I'm bringing.
I've contributed a variety of snacks so far. Cheez-Its, beef jerky, Big Bars, and Ritz crackers. My son mentioned that one girl in the class didn't like any of the snacks I brought. I didn't think much of it at the time, This week I brought mandolins and applesauce pouches. My son came home saying that this girl is now claiming allergies, being gluten-free, avoiding meat, and having a bunch of other dietary restrictions.
This is on the teacher, I think.
For not stating
Yeah,
that.
how are you going to tell the parents to bring snacks, but then not tell them of the dietary restrictions that your students have?
Yeah, I mean, unless this is a brand new thing that she's bringing up, I guess, then it's still not on the parent either way.
No, it's not on the parent either way. It's the teacher needs to ask the parents of these kids like what their dietary things are before they start requesting other parents to bring snacks.
Yeah. I told my son if her dietary needs are so strict, maybe her parents should be the ones responsible for her snacks. Being the good-natured kid he is, he mentioned this to both the girl and the teacher, which got back to her parents, who then complained to the school. The teacher, who has always been grateful of my contributions, is now in a tough spot and gently asked if I could bring in snacks to fit the student's restrictions.
I just wouldn't bring snacks.
Based on what I heard, this girl's approved snack list is basically saltine crackers, buttered noodles, and fruit snacks. To me, this seems like more of a case of pickiness than medical necessity. I told the teacher I understood the situation and I'd love to keep helping with the snacks, but I'd like to continue to bring this type of snacks I've been supplying, and if one student can't partake, it should be up to that student's parents to provide her. My wife thinks I'm being an asshole for putting the teacher in a tough spot. I just want to keep bringing snacks that the rest of the kids enjoy. So am I the asshole?
Yes. Well, no. Kind of at the end there, I think. I think you should just be like, all right, well, I'm just not going to bring snacks. Maybe that makes you more of an asshole in other people's eyes. But I would just be like, well, I'm not going to get you in trouble. I'm not going to get myself in further trouble. I'm going to just get out of the snack game altogether. Also, again, I think it's the teacher. I think the teacher should have asked, what are the dietary restrictions of the kid? If the parents don't say shit, then it's on the parents.
Right.
And then...
So this might have gotten missed, but she claimed being gluten-free, and then on her approved
she
snack
buttered
list
noodles
is saltine crackers and buttered noodles, which is
both gluten.
So someone's
there might be
lying
some gluten-free
here.
option though for those, right? Or no?
I mean, potentially.
No, but it sounds like they didn't say gluten-free crackers. They just said saltines and butter.
Yeah, like any other
Also,
parent.
who's making buttered noodles for a whole class? Are you fucking crazy? What are you talking about? Yeah,
So-
I do ultimately think the parents are wilding.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's like either a miscommunication or the parents are not being clear enough, or it is maybe potentially pickiness, which is potential. I don't know. I mean, I don't think the parent is necessarily asshole. They're doing a good thing, like bringing in snacks for a group of students. It's hard to be like, this is their fault for not knowing or like wanting to shop specifically for this kid that's not theirs. I think that's fair.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's weird to be like, well, I want to keep giving food and fuck that one kid. I mean, but also we say fuck those kids a lot. So honestly, yeah, he's probably all right. I think it's the teacher and the parents. And then like whenever the parents complained about it, if the teacher was like, oh, I asked dietary restrictions, y'all didn't give me anything. So like, it's not on me. You know what I mean?
I don't think
Then
we have
I would be
enough
like,
info.
okay, it's 100% on that other kid's parents for not being on top of shit. But
yeah.
if the teacher never asked the parents like what the restrictions are, then they're opening themselves up to shit like this, in my opinion.
That's fair. And I would have like it's hard enough to know the information on that part of it specifically, because we don't know if they had a conversation with parents. I would imagine the teacher would know the allergies within the school or within their class. So I would imagine if that had been disclosed, they would have known that and disclosed it to parents
Yeah,
bringing
but then
snacks.
wouldn't you just be out of the trouble in general with like nobody would be in the hot seat? It would just be like, well, the parents didn't tell me that their kid was gluten free.
Yeah.
Also, their parents are asking for crackers, which are filled with gluten. So,
and buttered noodles.
and buttered noodles, which is a crazy request.
What are you saying, John?
I think the only person at fault here, well, not only person, but I feel like whoever is the parents of the kid that has allergies has the most responsibility in this situation.
For sure.
Yes.
I think the OP is doing a good thing that benefits majority of the class. And yes, it would be nice to do, to be inclusive of all like dietary restrictions, but they're kind of doing it in the kindness of their own heart, their own finances. Would it be nice to consider another kids? Sure, but at the same time, that responsibility aligns to that kid's parents. If they want to be nourished in school, which I think they should to begin with. However, if they have a lot of restrictions that, kind of doesn't align to other people's stuff, then it might put OP in a tough spot. So it's hard to blame the teacher in this situation. I think they're probably stuck and probably hearing it from the kid's parents too. But it's up to the parents to provide that kid with the dietary restrictions, the stuff they need, because everyone else seems to be getting along or, getting what they need to get from the other parent.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. I also agree that I think it's wild that the parents have to bring in snacks. I think it should be a school funded.
It should be. It
program.
Should be.
But
they
anyway.
can't even get paper, Josh. You think they're going to get snacks?
No, I know. I'm just.
It's fucking terrible.
The bar is on the ground.
And they want to fucking cut this funding even more. It's crazy.
Yeah. Reddit deemed not the asshole. And whatev6187 said she isn't gluten free if saltine and butter noodles are on the list.
There you go.
Which many people pointed that out, which is why I pointed it out there pretty early for you guys because I feel it was missed. But some people said butter noodles can be gluten free, but they've never heard of gluten free, saltine crackers. So
okay,
they do exist, but like they're labeled as such. You know what I mean?
Right. If you don't specify that, people are not going to know.
Or like
I don't understand.
Almond
I don't
flour,
understand gluten
like
allergies. Is it
celiac?
Celiac? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
So there's different levels. Some people like break out. Some people it's actually like it's not as noticeable on the outside. Like it'll destroy their like intestines. It's like or internals like that way. I don't know the details. So but it is just something that can.
I know
harm
women
people.
with PCOS, like it affects their insulin and things like that.
Yeah,
so they're not supposed to really eat a lot of dairy and gluten.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, moving on to the next one, posted by such lower score management, lower score 4619, and the title is "Am I the asshole for not paying for my girlfriend's haircut?"
Not really.
Not really.
Unless you fucked up her hair.
I was going to say, unless you're like, I like your hair this way and this way only.
Yeah.
Then it's like, all right, well then pay for it, bitch. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
if you don't care at all what the hair looks like, then you're not obligated to. Is it a nice thing to do that? Yeah. But I mean, by no means are you obligated for somebody else's haircut.
Unless your boyfriend hit you with a fucking attitude adjustment to the pool or some shit and fucked up your hair, then maybe you owe your girlfriend new hair, but.
Yeah, and if you don't know, an attitude adjustment is a wrestling move. It's not
a fireman's carry.
I was concerned, John.
Yeah, not an actual attitude adjustment.
Okay.
It is a wrestling move. I don't want people to be mad at John.
I was about to be, so I'm glad you corrected.
Be mad at me, please.
No, for
I'm in
that.
a good mood.
No,
We need you to not get canceled, John. We would very much like to keep doing this show.
Yeah. Be mad at him for his puns.
Yeah. Like
As
the
my
rest of
wrestling
us.
belt says there. Come on, you should know by now.
All right. So, my girlfriend, 32 female, and I, 38 male, have been together for 2 years.
I was about to do some math. I was ready.
Yeah, I know. I saw you squaring up. I lost my job about 3 months into our relationship. During this time, she really came through for me and helped me out a lot. I did not have a car, so she would help me deliver orders on DoorDash and Grubhub so I could pay bills. She also covered the difference out of her pocket if I was running short. To say I'm grateful is an understatement. I finally found a new job 2 months ago. I'm saving up for a car, so she's letting me borrow hers. She accrued some debt while I was out of a job, and I have repaid about half of that. However, now I'm starting to worry that she's only wanting me for my money.
Oh,
Okay.
bitch.
Bitch, you've had a job for 2 months. Shut the fuck
You
up.
motherfucker was mooching and benefiting off of this shit while your ass was
Oh
off.
my
And next thing you know, when
God.
she needs help, you bitch ass, boy, maybe you need the attitude adjustment, you motherfucker. As a matter of fact, we should call it the move that John Cena used to call it before he called it attitude adjustment. F you, my guy.
Hell yeah. 2% of the fans really loved it, John.
Yeah, it went over
Hell yeah. I got you, brother.
I'm part of the 2%, brother. Keep it going.
Let's do it.
We got into an argument over the weekend because she called to ask if she could borrow some money to get a haircut. Apparently, she was running short due to an unexpected home repair cost, but already paid the hairdresser a deposit that she would have to forfeit if she rescheduled it. I had a long day at work and was exhausted both mentally and physically.
Again, you've been working for 2 months. You fucking bastard.
So when I noticed that my phone was ringing, I was really excited to see her name. But after I answered, she immediately asked me for money. I felt crushed because she did it without even asking how my day was. I first told her that I guess I understand what my new role is in her life now, and she threw a huge fit about it.
Motherfuckers get one paycheck. This is the type of guy that's like worried about, it's like, I can't vote for Kamala. I mean, what about the tax? The tax? Bitch, you make $60K. You're fine. You're not in the bracket.
Or capital gainings. What the fuck?
Okay, you won't be affected.
We all poor. In the club, we're
all poor.
We're all poor, fam.
She claims that she gave me her everything for a year and a half just to keep a roof over my head.
Yeah.
And that she's accrued debt from when I wasn't working, so I shouldn't be opposed to doing her a favor.
Yeah.
I recently bought her her car a new set of tires and got the brake pads replaced, as well as gave her some money to repay the debts with. Oh, so
because
car
you used her car,
you've been
you
using.
dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Another
also,
John Cena
you've only
move.
paid
STFU, motherfucker.
Get him. And, you know, again, 2 months for a year and a half, and you've only paid half the debt. Until you're 100% paid off, I feel like you're in no room to complain.
Yeah.
And even after that, if you pay it off in 4 months, that's still a year and 2 months of goodwill that she has. Not saying that like good deeds must be paid back, but I think you just shouldn't be a bitch whenever they ask you to, you know, give a little bit back. You know what I mean? That's not a crazy ask.
Not immediately jump to, oh, she's a gold digger.
Oh, yeah, you want me for my money now.
Bitch, you were gold digging for a year and a half. Fuck you mean?
2 months. You've got, what is that? 4 paychecks? You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe
what are
5
you
if you're lucky.
about?
If you get one of those good months.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy. I have also paid for the car payment and insurance since I started working because I have it at my place more than she does.
Yeah.
While I save up to buy my own. So it's not like I don't contribute to her expenses already.
I pay for the car that I mostly use.
You dumb bitch.
She keeps guilt tripping me because a haircut is a small ask considering everything I've done for you, which feels very controlling. Now she won't talk to me, and I'm scared that she's going to break up with me without even hearing me out. I hated taking her money when I was jobless, and then I have to use her car now. I didn't want to do it in the first place. Anytime I needed her to pay for something, it was because it was an important expense like my rent or power. So the way she is asking for something unnecessary like a haircut just feels like a slap in the face. So am I the asshole?
Face, you broke bitch.
Yes.
Oh my God. You're an idiot, bro. Like, this is what good partners do, right? Like when you were, you know, down in your luck, when you didn't have, you know, luck on your side, what did she do? She didn't say a damn thing, but she picked you up and she made sure that you were whole. And the first opportunity that, you know, you kind of get back on your feet, you've been working for 2 months, she asks you for one little thing, and it's something that will probably make your girlfriend happy. Wouldn't you want your fucking girlfriend happy, feeling confident that she just got her hair did after she just fucking financially and emotionally and everything else supported your bitch ass for the past year and a half? What the fuck is wrong with you, brother? You're an idiot. Not only did you fumble this relationship, like, I hope she tells everyone else how you are a broke boy the next fucking relationship that you get into, because you are a little bitch about the situation, you fucking idiot.
Sean?
No.
Follow that up, please.
I got nothing really better than that. I was going to read the lyrics of Kanye West Gold Digger. But I think that adequately, John got it. Yeah, I mean, we interrupted Josh a lot. Apologies, Josh.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, it's wild. 5 paychecks and now you're a different man. You know, you're totally absolved of your sins. Also, everything that you've contributed is for the car that you currently are in possession
using.
Of. That you use more and that you used a lot because you were doing DoorDash. So, I mean, I don't know. You sound like a selfish bastard. A haircut, yes. women's haircuts are expensive.
Yeah.
But you know what? So was you destroying her car and taking the value off of it for years, for a year and a half.
Racking up the miles.
Racking up the miles. The tires changing and the brake pads need updating
because of you.
Because of you. So, I mean, truly, yeah, stop being a brokey. Just pay for the haircut. Also, I'm sure during the year and a half of you being broke, you didn't start every phone call with, how's your day? Can I have money? I'm sure there are some days like, let me borrow the car. I need to make. People have days where they don't, have the best of days where they respond how you want to respond or open up a conversation how you want to open. You need to give people grace, especially because she's in debt that your ass caused. You need to give her grace. So yeah, shut your bitch ass up. Pay for the goddamn haircut. Stop being a broke bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs to cut you out of her life. That's what needs to
Well,
happen.
no, she needs to get her half of her debt fixed and then
and then cut him out.
and then be like, all right, I got it back.
Yeah. It's insane to me that he's not willing to support his partner
seriously
the same way as she did for him. She was 100% doing it without expectation of any of this until she probably started running into debt supporting his ass. You know what I mean? Like it's your fault that she's in this debt and can't afford the haircut. So yes, you should help her out until she's back even again. And then like, even then, if you feel like it, you could still pay for her haircuts. You know what I mean? Like that's still something you can do as a partner without her having to ask. So I don't know. Like
the way I would spoil the fuck out of my wife if I end up coming with a little bit of money here. So that'd be crazy, bro. Like after all the time she supported my dumb ass,
I was gonna say,
why can't this guy do the same?
This would be like,
look, John is, going podcasting full percent. He's still buying his wife a Herman Miller. That shit is expensive, bro.
Chill.
My man spoils the wife regardless. Love to see it.
We love to see it.
My friend also has that chair, so he has a Herman Miller. I don't know if it's the exact same one, but he told me how much he paid. I'm like, yeah.
They're supposed to be really good, aren't they?
No, they're supposed to be super good. He said he has like zero back pain now.
Damn, I might need that.
Yeah, because
that's all I want for her to have. Okay, none of that shit.
That's
he
good.
games in his time off of work, and he was like, yeah, it's a game changer. My back.
Not sponsored.
Yeah,
please.
everything
I also want one.
We would love a Herman Miller sponsorship.
Yeah.
I don't think they're targeting podcasts, but
maybe
it would be sick.
Maybe
they can start.
I need kitchen chairs, guys. my plastic chairs are deteriorating.
Reddit deemed asshole and candid _, reading _7267 said he wishes he had the money to attract a gold digger.
Yeah, I'm saying 5 paychecks and to be like, I think she's a gold digger. It's crazy.
Crazy ass motherfucker.
And to cap this off, he adds an edit. She didn't talk to me for 3 days and then she dumped me.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope she got her car back.
How's that for a gold digger? You still owe her half of the debt and she's hates your ass that much that she's willing to break up.
And now you don't have a car, dumbass. So
yeah.
You could have just paid for a haircut, you moron.
Couldn't just pay for a haircut. All right. This next one's posted by Xenolic Daniel. And the title is, am I the asshole for refusing to host Thanksgiving after my sister handed out a family code of conduct contract?
No.
Wait, contracts on a thing? This family must be wild, bro.
You can do whatever you want because that's some wild shit.
I'm breaching the fuck out of that contract.
What do you think's on the contract? What would you put on your...
No Donald Trump slander. I'm assuming that's what's on there.
I would be okay with no political talk.
No political talk is fine.
Yeah. Because this is for Thanksgiving, right? But any holiday. It's like, I haven't seen you guys for 2 months. This is what you want to talk about? What the fuck are we doing here?
Let's not make me hate you immediately.
Yeah. I want to enjoy my dry ass turkey, as Sean calls it.
It's just not good.
All right. So this happened recently and I'm still baffled. For context, I, 32 female, have hosted Thanksgiving for my family every year since I moved into my house 5 years ago. It's always a little messy and chaotic, but that's part of the charm, right? This year, my sister, 29 female, decided she wanted to help bring some order to the gathering. At first, I thought she just meant coordinating who would bring what dishes or help with cleanup. Instead, she showed up at my house last week with printed copies of what she called a family code of conduct. I do like how Opie's like, I was really hoping she'd bring like coordinate dishes and stuff. It's like, no, this is not helpful at all.
She wanted a decorum paper signed.
She handed these out and insisted everyone read and sign them before attending Thanksgiving. Some highlights included 1. A rule against overlapping conversations at the dinner table, with suggestions for taking turns like a respectful debate club. 2. A ban on politics or controversial topics.
That's fine.
With
okay,
her,
I'm fine with that.
With her as the final arbiter of what was too heated, so that could be problematic depending on...
Wait, what was the last thing you said?
With her being the final arbiter of what was too controversial or political.
Oh, so she calls the shots?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would think she would just give the host the final arbiter
say.
role.
Yeah.
Nah, she wants power, bro.
Yeah, the first part of 2 I agree with. The last part's not in your control. 3, a dress code of smart casual because holiday photos should reflect well on the family.
Nope, I'm wearing shorts. Fuck you mean?
4, assigned seating that she claimed was based on optimal personality compatibility. She was completely serious. When I laughed and said, you can't be serious, she accused me of not taking her efforts to improve family dynamics seriously. I told her I wasn't going to enforce a code of conduct at my house and that if she wanted to micromanage Thanksgiving, she could host it herself. She doubled down saying I was being ungrateful and stubborn, so I canceled hosting and now the family is mad at me. My mom thinks I should have just humored her for the day, while my brother, 35 male, is refusing to go anywhere unless no one tries to draft a holiday constitution. I'm torn.
I like him. I'm with
I'm torn. Was I wrong for standing my ground, or should I have let her run the day to keep the peace?
No, it's your house.
I would just agree, and then as soon as it starts happening, the whole house is just like, and then just disregard because it's ridiculous. It sounds like nobody, at least the people that were flaming weren't like, it sounds like we agreed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like everybody probably had the same instinct as you, being like, this is fucking insanity. We're just going to, say we're going to follow the rules and then immediately not. So that's where my head would have been. I do think it's weird that they're all mad at you for it.
Yeah.
I feel like they should just be like, yeah, that shit was crazy.
Or maybe one of them hosts Thanksgiving for once.
Yeah. I'm like, not one person has just been like, all right, well, I'll host. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would have ended Thanksgiving. I would have just uninvited her.
Yes. I agree with that.
Personally. Because, everybody else, I'm not going to, especially because I don't know if this was recently posted, but we're getting close to American Thanksgiving. So
well, wait, it would be when this episode comes out.
Oh, yeah. By the time this comes out.
Yeah.
By the time of recording, it's getting awfully close. So I would imagine it'd be pretty stressful for anybody to be like, all of a sudden, they're the host. So I would have just uninvited the wild sibling. But yeah, that's just me. I don't know. I mean, I don't think that the OP is wrong to end it. It's their house. They could do whatever the fuck. I'm always pro your house, your rules. So yeah, I don't think the only person here that sucks is the sibling, and I guess not the family. The brother's rad as fuck. Yeah, he's sick as fuck. But yeah, the mom for getting anybody that's actually genuinely mad about it. I think they need to chill out and direct their anger at the correct person.
Yeah, the way I'd be bullying my sister if this ever happened to me, and I would literally break every single rule imaginable in that little court of law they had. First thing, I'm gonna start it off. I'm like, you know what? I will talk about controversial topics, you piece of shit. And the other thing, I'm gonna what were the other rules again? They were talking about like
no overlapping
conversation. The way I would just be shouting at Uncle Bob across the room, like, "Hey, how the fuck are you, Bob?" And then afterwards, I'm also gonna be fucking sitting at random spots all the time just to piss them off. So yes, I would bully my sister into this situation if that was ever me.
Yeah, I feel like everybody would have if this happened, nobody would have fought. I can't imagine anybody being on brand with this, being like, wait, why do you sit me so far away from my favorite cousin?
Yeah.
You don't think we're compatible? Yeah, I would. Yeah. There's no way the family is on board with the rules.
Yeah. Also, who decides who's compatible or not? Like that's usually you sit beside people you like at Thanksgiving dinner or whatever.
Yeah, this gives me Angela vibes from The Office.
I
just feel like this is like a stats. Like I was picturing like a stats person, like a data analytics for like a sports
She was
team.
in accounting.
Yeah, for a sports team where they're like, okay, yeah, I know the stats. Whenever we overlap dialogue, it leads to this, things like that.
Yeah.
97% chance of disagreement and debate.
It's crazy how Juliet can probably put something like a dashboard together for that.
Probably.
One of her class, she has to make a freaking chess game, which is crazy.
A chess game?
Yeah. I'm like, what?
What do you mean? A chess game?
Isn't there just one game of chess?
An actual game, like an application game for one of her
like
classes.
to play chess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I thought you meant invent rules for chess. I
was like, I think they've done it.
They perfected that shit.
They did it.
Credit deemed not the asshole. Sensitive note 1139 said, simple fix. Tell her she's welcome to not come to your house for Thanksgiving. Host the family members who are willing to come. Never do something to keep the peace. That just leads to more problems down the road. When your parents get upset and say anything again, let them know they are welcome to go to your sister's and live by her rules for the holiday. Thanksgiving is stressful enough to do without BS rules. And then they put, my mother-in-law only has a few rules. 1, food will be on the table as soon as it's done in the afternoon. If you can't make it on time, there will be leftovers. 2, no one may talk about religion or politics. Again, I agree with that one.
Yes, I like that one.
3, little kids may have chicken nuggets if they want them. These rules prevent
adults?
drama. Yeah, I think it's an asshole of not having. I want chicken nuggets.
What the fuck? Kidding me? Never say no to chicken nuggets.
Yeah. So, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's like, again, it's your house, your rules. If you want to have your own rules, you can make those.
Yeah, you can host it.
And then people
Start a fight club at the basement or something. Air out your, grievances and all your freaking frustrations and beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I don't know how true this is, but I saw that there's like, it's like a holiday thing in Peru.
Yes.
Where they just fucking, all the beef, they
squash it.
They squash it on one day and they all fight. They're off.
They just call each other out.
Family
and
members?
then they're friends afterwards.
No,
or just anyone.
Citizens of
I think it was it's like a village, yeah, like a specific village. I think
so
it
it's
is
like
Peru.
the Purge, but no murder.
Yeah, no murder.
No.
It's just a fist fight, and then the rest of the city will break it up when it gets out of hand.
Okay.
Yeah,
but they have to. I think they start and end every fight with a hug.
Yeah, it's like it's a very civilized way of beating the shit out of each other.
It's Peru. I have no idea if it's real. I've never been to Peru, but that's what a TikTok told me.
I love how we're just like spreading misinformation potentially.
Well, I'm saying it's not a fact.
Hold on.
I don't know.
A quick Google search, perusing in the internet. Let's see, it's called Takanakui. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It means for to hit each other. It's an annual established practice of fighting fellow community members held on December 25th by the inhabitants of the Chumbivilcas province near Cuzco in Peru.
They got it. They got something going on right there. That's something I'm into it.
Yeah.
If I could call out Greg Abbott once a year, are you fucking kidding?
Every year.
Square up, bitch.
Yeah, but then you have to hug him, Sean.
I do have to hug him. But who says I can't fucking give him
just give him a real hard hug.
Yeah, a real hard hug.
All right, moving on to the next one here. Posted by Deleted.
Coward.
What a
Couldn't
asshole.
stand on their morals. This one's titled, Am I the Asshole for Telling an Asian Man that his area is probably not big enough for me to enjoy anyway, after he stated that I'm not a beauty standard?
Damn.
Oh.
Sean?
Maybe not.
Fuck
You guys were gearing
Maybe
up.
Maybe not. Maybe you're okay. Well, I'll ask you this. Is it okay to be racist if you're insulted? You know? Sounds like a everybody sucks thing.
What are you saying, John?
Maybe they deserve it.
She does.
But also,
or he
your
does?
area isn't big enough for me to enjoy. Does not sound like that big of an insult compared to you are not a beauty standard. So truly, maybe OP is fine here.
All right.
Again, we're Asians, not Caucasians, all right?
Well, I am.
What?
You see, Sean?
What?
All right. So I, 27 female, am a Latina woman with brown skin complexion and an average sized body. This happened yesterday. I was at the mall with two of my friends, both white and girls. We were shopping at Macy's when two Asian guys walked up to us and started flirting directly with my friends. One of my friends, who we'll call Kate, is in a relationship. My second friend, who we'll call Emily, and I are the only ones single. The guy proceeded to ask Kate and Emily to hang out sometime and even asked to exchange numbers. Kate informed both guys that she was already taken and told them that I'm single and free to mingle. The guy, who apparently called dibs on Kate, gave me an awkward look and said, "Yeah, I don't think that will work out." Curious, I asked what he meant by that. What he said next didn't shock me. He told me that he was looking for someone who would fit the beauty standard and would be good enough to maybe introduce to his parents.
Fuck you.
You could have just said no, you fucking idiot.
I chuckled and said, "Well, that's okay. I'm sure your buddy down there isn't big enough for me anyways." And I pointed to his private area.
I misunderstood the
What did you think?
The title. I don't know. I heard place is big enough.
Oh,
that's why
I knew.
I was
That's why I
like, I
said
don't know what that means. Oh, but now I understand.
You understand now? Okay.
Yeah.
The two Asian guys and my friend were all stunned by my response. I told the girls to meet me in the footwear area when they were done with the guys and walked off. Later, as we were driving home, Kate told me that my response was sort of immature and stereotyping, and not all Asian guys have small areas.
Yeah.
Can't relate. Mine works. That's all I care about.
I told her that I wasn't just going to stand there and allow the prick to insult me. She said that I can't expect every guy to find me beautiful and attractive. I told her that they don't have to find me beautiful, but to stand there and insult me and make rude comments like that is something I will never stand for. The rest of the ride was quiet. So was I wrong?
I don't think so. I think you fought fire with fire, and as a petty person, I think it's a great thing
John
to do.
loves fire.
I fucking love fire.
John
As a matter
loves
of fact, I'm fucking rocking my Pokemon Charizard and Crocs right now because I love fire so
They're
much.
gonna
But
blow a
anyways,
candle or
not a
some
sponsor.
shit.
Not a sponsor. But yeah, if the other person wasn't feeling OP, all he could have said was like, "Hey, no, thank you. I wasn't interested in your friend," and moved on with your day. I think that would have been like socially acceptable. That would have been like not so rude in my opinion. But the fact that like they had to go say, well, it's not going to fit the beauty standards of, you know, someone that I want to introduce to my parent. Like, damn, bro, you didn't have to go all that. Like, no one fucking asked you for that shit. Like, it's not even, you're just meeting. How the fuck you going to bring it to like meeting your parents off the bat?
Yeah.
So that was out of pocket, in my opinion. To go low blow for, you know, his
Below
little
the
blow
belt?
below the belt. That's okay. That's okay in my opinion. I love petty. I don't really, you know, I don't get offended when people joke about like, you know, Asians having a small ween or whatever. Like, bro, if you're confident about your shit, that's all that matters. I don't find it offensive, and that's just me.
I was gonna say, I think if she was just doing it to say that without any prompting, I think
Yeah,
that would
but
be
the
pretty
prompt was
fucked up.
warranted. You know?
Yeah.
What are you saying, Sean? Now that you understand the context.
Now that I understand what happened, first off, I think Kate isn't cool with being like, "Oh, I'm taking, but she's single." Because I would have been, if I was OP, I would have just been like, obviously, I'm not gonna want somebody sloppy like seconds. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they came over to talk to you. I have no interest in somebody that is just gonna.
I don't want to be the second choice.
Yeah, what the fuck? I would be like, Kate, first off, no thank you. But yeah, I mean, do I love the stereotypes? You know, for me personally, like John, I'm not offended. It's a running bit that I have a micro dick on the show. So like, obviously I don't care, but I don't, you know, I don't want to speak. We're not a monolith. So I won't say like, yeah, that's an okay thing to do, but it is. He opened it up whenever he was saying you're not the beauty standards that fit his whatever. So, I mean, truly, you should have insulted him. I would have just called him ugly too. Maybe not a stereotype that is potentially the worst. But again, I think you're fine. Really, I would just say, you know, be careful with stuff like that. But again, the other person opened it up. So like, what really can you say?
Yeah.
Also, don't think I'm too sensitive about the joke. Again, I make jokes. I have a micro penis. It's just like if it was any other race and you said something else, like, you know, the stereotypical, obviously not cool. So I don't know. I would just be careful. There are other things to joke about than somebody's race. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would argue that him saying you don't fit the beauty standard was
also racist,
racially charged. Yeah, because it's like, but what is the beauty standard? You know what I mean? Like classically, you know what I mean?
I will say this too.
I'm in
like,
Texas, and Latina is the beauty standard. Dude. I'll say that.
Like
shout out Nancy.
Hell yeah.
As a Southeast like Asian, and you know, born and raised in the Philippines, the beauty standards is someone that, like, you know, at least the ones that we look up, like they look up to, like, you know, a lot of the people like from where I'm located are more of like
a fair skin,
the light skinned, fair skinned like individuals. So like Korea, Japan, and China are like, you know, when people say like, oh, you're Asian, they either call you Chinese, Japanese, or like Korean, because those are kind of like what I guess media, Hollywood portrays as like a beauty standards, because they're more of like the fair skinned individuals. And, you know, not saying that's bad on the Japanese and Koreans and Chinese end. That's what they were dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, people who are like Filipinos, people from like Cambodia, who are a little bit more like, you know, darker in shade. Growing up, like I've seen a lot of like friends who try to like whiten their skin a little bit more just to fit those certain standards. So yes, I do agree that statement, Josh, it's racially charged. It's racially charged. Yeah, because it's like, wait, what are you trying to say? Because her complexion is a little bit different. It's not, I guess, white to like, you know, their standard, that it's not considered beautiful. So yes, I completely agree that statement is well warranted, because that was racially charged to me too.
And all I'm saying is, if, let's say, another person of color made a racially charged joke at me, I'm personally not coming back at them with a stereotype. Is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So there are other ways to make fun of people. I think that might have been the best, but also you're not the worst person. I don't even think you're an asshole for saying what you said.
Right.
Because again, you know, you're fighting fire with fire. I'm just saying, me personally, don't love it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
If they were going to be called asshole in situation, I would just grade it as a reactionary asshole.
Okay. I mean,
that's fair, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Which I don't think is.
No, I think the person is fine, honestly. I'm just saying for future reference, you know.
Yeah, I think this
I don't combat racism with more racism.
No, that's fair. I also would not do that, Sean, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah. No. I will say this. If a white person comes at me with some racist shit, I'm coming at the white person. But I'm just saying,
you fucking mayonnaise looking.
I'm just saying, another person of color comes at me with racism, I'm not going to spew back hateful rhetoric and stereotypes.
Miracle Whip pasty looking ass motherfucker.
Unless they're white. And I don't know what that says about me. But, you know, take that as you will.
The comments will tell you what that means.
I'm sure.
Oh, man.
They can kiss my brown ass. I don't care.
And I bet it's nice, brother.
It is. It is pale. It does not see the sun ever.
But yeah, Reddit deemed not the asshole. Georgia Metro Blaze said his remarks wasn't just a personal opinion. It was rooted in harmful stereotypes about race and attractiveness. You have every
colorism, even like what John said, colorism is a problem kind of everywhere, because it's not even just a race thing. It's like there's so many beauty products in the Philippines where we're from that are like bleaching and things like that, which is like,
it's like,
why is that the beauty standard? It's the whites have done irreparable damage to the world.
I was freaking raised to like use freaking papaya soap to like whiten my skin. I'm like, fuck that. I'm proud of my color.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love being tan. What you mean?
Which is crazy, because in America, everybody wants to be so tan.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
But everywhere else, everyone wants to look like Americans, which are pale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It is wild. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think Opie was. I do not love that Kate immediately didn't take your side in that.
Yeah, also, I still think it's wild for Kate to be like, take my seconds.
Sloppy seconds.
Bitch, if you don't fucking shit. Nobody wants to, oh yeah, you know how I met my wife? I hit on her friend, and then Her friend was like, my friend is willing and single and ready to mingle.
I will say if she
It's
wasn't
like, good
there,
enough.
if she wasn't there, it'd be different. If it's like, oh, I have a friend who's not here right now, like that would be different. You know what I mean?
But he saw
Yes.
the friend and
Yes.
then went to Kate. That's fucked up. If I was OP, I'd be like, fuck everybody in this group, actually.
I'm going home.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Last one we got here, posted by Miserable Midscore Light, Midscore 3444. And the title is, Am I the asshole for asking my husband to prioritize our family tradition over his new friendship?
No, I feel that's a reasonable ask.
It's probably bad that you had to ask for that.
Yeah.
I feel like. Yeah, no, I think you're good.
All right. My husband, 35 male, and I, 32 female, have a very small but meaningful tradition. We started the first year we got married. It's nothing major, but it's important to me. Every November, on the weekend before Thanksgiving, we take a day trip to this lakeside town about an hour away. We spend the day walking and talking and picking out new ornaments for our Christmas tree, something that's meaningful to our year. It's just one day, but it's one of those things that make the holiday season special for us. My husband recently became great friends with a guy from his gym. They hit it off quickly, and I think it's great because my husband doesn't make new friends easily. He seems like a genuinely nice person and shares a lot of his interests, like hiking and gaming. And I know it's refreshing for my husband to have someone he clicks so well with. Here's the issue. My husband's friend invited him to go on a weekend trip the exact same weekend as our tradition. My husband seemed hesitant at first to bring it up, but eventually he asked if I'd be okay with us rescheduling our tradition to another weekend so he could go on this weekend with his friend. I was caught off guard, and I told him that it kind of hurt my feelings that he even considered moving it. He told me it's not a big deal for us to do another weekend, and he's right in the sense that it doesn't really affect anything logistically. But this trip has always felt like our thing. It's not like I don't want him to have fun or make new friends, but I kind of feel like he's minimizing something that's special to us, or at least special to me. When I told him that, he looked surprised and frustrated, saying that I was overreacting.
Ooh.
He did end up agreeing to keep the weekend for our tradition, but I could tell he was disappointed, and I feel guilty for that. Part of me wonders if I'm being stubborn about a little ritual that maybe only I care about as much as I do. So am I the asshole for asking him to prioritize our tradition over his new friend?
Absolutely not. As a partner, if your partner communicates with you that, hey, this is something that makes me feel that the holidays are here, it's something that we've done in the past and is important to me, you just shut the fuck up and just be like, you know what? I'm going to do this because you love it. And you should end up loving it too, because it's something that you enjoy with your partner. That happened to me a few times. Like one of my traditions is I love watching WrestleMania, to bring back to wrestling again. And it's my tradition to just like sit on a TV, like during WrestleMania, like the whole weekend, I just sit and watch wrestling all day long. And that's pretty much the whole weekend. However, there was a time where we, Juliet wanted to go to like New York because, she just finished like her school and she just wanted to unwind. And she was like, hey, I really need a break. And the cheapest time to go to New York is like during WrestleMania weekend. And I could have been an asshole and been like, no, but it's WrestleMania weekend. I'm like, no, this is important to you. You need the relaxation. You need a break. Let's go to fucking New York and experience shit together. So, and just compromise. Just be like, hey, bro, can we reschedule another time? Just how I rescheduled watching it. I'm just like, hey, I'm going to stay up like, at night just to catch the replay. But is it okay if I just like stay up the rest of the night and just watch? She's like, yeah, we did everything that we needed to do already. So when your partner communicates that something's important to them, take that and make sure that like you go through it, because that's what couples do, is that you enjoy things that that your partner likes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's weird that you asked her to reschedule before you asked your friend to reschedule.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially because this is a new friend versus your wife. You know what I mean? Like, you could just be like, all right, well, I'll catch you on the next trip if you can't reschedule. No biggie. It's not like hiking can only happen once a year, as opposed to this is like quite literally the beginning of holiday season. That's the tradition for y'all. This is what jumpstarts the rest of it. So could you logistically do it another weekend? Yeah, but then like you're doing it after Thanksgiving, it's I think what OP did is good, that they set like a boundary and like, I don't love, like we could, but I don't love it. You know what I mean? Cause like, this is a new friend. Maybe he's just trying to see like where the boundaries are, like things like that, you know, but yeah, I think OP did the right thing. Hopefully the husband is not just like resentful the whole time and makes it a shitty trip anyways, because that's no fun for anybody. So
Yep.
hopefully, you know, they get over it, you know. Yeah, I just think it's weird that he put the onus on the wife instead of like his new friend.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's more comfortable with the wife, so maybe he's like, oh, I'm trying to impress the new friend, but also never stop trying to impress your wife, right? Like you want to keep the wife happy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak to that a bit more. Like in your 30s, it is very much harder to, late 20s too. It's harder to make new friends. And so I get,
as someone who doesn't have a social life outside of this podcast,
yes,
I get it.
My friends live very far away.
Same.
I understand him being like maybe anxious about potentially losing out on a friendship if he asks them to reschedule. I get that. I honestly, at this point, I think no assholes. I think he asked, she said no.
Yeah.
He obliged and said, okay, yeah, I'll, you know, we'll keep it that weekend. He's upset. I think that's fine. I think you guys should talk about it for sure before it happens. So that, like Sean says, that it doesn't become a negative thing. So at the end of the day, I don't love that he, what did he say? He said I was overreacting. I don't love that.
That part I was like, why would you say that, bro?
Yeah.
Like, you've been doing this for years.
Yeah. So I don't love that. But at the end of the day, he did end up agreeing to the weekend to keep it tradition.
Yeah. I mean, that's the part too. That's like, to me, I consider him like caving as just like, oh, she's just nagging me to fucking go in this situation. That's probably why I'm just like not too happy about the husband. But I do get what you're saying though, Josh.
Yeah. And I don't know. We don't know his set. Like he could be like this weekend could go fine and he could have fun and not make it a thing. I could just see in the moment maybe being someone who is maybe more introverted and has harder time making friends, being upset that, oh, that maybe this could end our friendship. You know what I mean? Like having those anxieties about that. So I get that. I think it's on him to properly voice that and have a conversation about that. But we'll see. There is updates, so I will get into the updates. Before there are updates, there was a more info needed tag over the post, so people weren't judging one way or the other off the bat. So update, I saw some people asking how long we've been married. We've been married for 6 years and we've been doing this tradition since our first year together, always on the same weekend. Update 2, a lot of people have asked why this specific weekend matters so much to me. I think it's because we've kept this tradition on the same weekend for over 6 years. And to me, the timing feels like an integral part of the tradition itself. It's become a marker for the start of the holiday season in my mind, and changing it feels like losing some of the meaning behind it, which I don't know why people were harping on her so much about being like, why does that weekend matter? It's like, if it's tradition, it's tradition. It's like, oh, why does your anniversary matter? Because that's when we got married. That's when we started this relationship. It's like, this is when we started the tradition. I understand that. It was
a sentimental moment for OP. I don't understand people sometimes.
I don't get it either. Update 3. After a few hours, I want to thank everyone who shared their opinion. After reading the comments and giving myself some time to reflect, I decided to talk to my husband again. I told him I felt bad for how things went earlier and that I didn't mean to make him feel like I'm keeping him on a leash, which again, I don't think you were.
I think you just,
I think it's fair to ask for a tradition.
Described your boundary.
Yeah.
Like, you just described like, it's really important to me. This is the start. I think, you did everything right. It's not like you're like, you cannot go.
Yeah. I also explained why our little tradition feels so special to me and how I've always seen that weekend as our weekend. He admitted that he hadn't realized how much it meant to me. He said he'd been excited about the trip with his friend because it was the first time in a long while that someone had reached out to him like that, and that he didn't want to let that slip away. We both agreed we could have handled the conversation better and that neither of us wanted the other to feel like their feelings didn't matter. As said earlier, we've decided to stick to our tradition this year as planned, and my husband is going to plan a weekend trip with his friend in January when the holidays are over. So, pretty good. I will say I went to sort by new to see what the comments were, and they were very hot and cold. It was either you're the asshole or not the asshole for
I don't know. Maybe it's because I like kind of live where I was raised, so I still have like a lot of friends or whatever. But so I don't know like the hardships in like trying to make new friends. But I feel like if you told a new friend like, "Hey, can we do another weekend? This is a special weekend for my wife and I." If they're like, "No, you suck," then obviously, all right,
They're
cool.
not for you.
I realized pretty early on, this is not a friend I would like to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
So
I will say, as someone with social anxiety, you worry about the worst. Like you imagine the worst thing in your head that they're going to say to you. So you imagine they're going to say that shit to you and be like, "Well, shit, there goes my friendship." Even though that would be a terrible situation and no one would ever act like
even
that.
if that happened, you'd be like, "Well, there goes my friendship," but also probably for the better if
Good
they
thing,
reacted that
yeah.
way.
Yes. But like an irrational, like anxiety-ridden mind.
Yeah,
does
there
not
is no
think that way.
rationale in when you have anxiety. That makes
Yes.
sense. I'm with you on that.
So I think him being fearful of that is, something he needs to work on for sure. But also, like, I get it.
A lot of
understand
people
it.
would feel that way.
Yeah. But I don't know why people are so hot and cold on it. Because
Maybe they all
came
have a
to-
similar anxiety.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Because
I don't
they
know,
came to a
they all
good
they all came to
conclusion.
like a mature conclusion, which
Yeah.
is what we kind of hope for in these situations. So
Reddit. hates
Reddit
that.
be weird sometimes. It's like I want scorched earth, which makes juicy stories and juicy episodes.
I will say on her part, like people that are like, "Oh, you're keeping on a leash or whatever," like those people have probably been in relationships where they have not been allowed to have friends. But that's
Well, then don't project
that's
on
on
others,
you.
bro.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's on. Yeah,
You can't project.
Yeah. Anyway, so that I didn't even pick a comment for that because they were all kind of wild. So, let us know what you think down in the comments.
I never once got the fucking indication that he was on a leash.
No, neither did I.
No.
Where do people pick that out from?
All right, and that is it for this episode, Wikimaniacs. What did you think? Were these people assholes? Let us know down in the comments. If you want 2 more stories, go check out our Patreon or YouTube membership at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network, or YouTube. Just Google Reddit on Wiki and then hit join on our channel. The links are always in the show notes. Before we close it out, I know we usually do these on Monday, but it's been a while. So I've got a
Ooh.
couple donations. One, yes, John, I'm queuing you up for one.
I know. I'm ready. I had a feeling.
It'll be the last one, so we'll get to that at the end. So these donations, once again, are going to charities. We got the Trevor Project, Planned Parenthood, a family in Gaza. Have we got a new one there, Sean?
No, I was planning on taking this week off and figuring out.
Okay, perfect.
What we're
So
gonna do with that.
by the time this episode comes out, we will have another family that we will be donating to. But if you want to donate to our PayPal or Sean's Venmo. Again, those links are down in the comments or the show notes, not the comments. And then, we send those to good causes and read your messages. So it's good for everyone. Laura sends $10 and said, "I've been a fan for 2 years and I wanted to know you've helped restore my faith that good men exist. And have also helped me through the loss of my boyfriend this September." I'm very sorry about that.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry about that, Laura.
I love you guys. Also, congrats to Josh and Sienna. Plus, Sean, Sean, is the only correct way to spell Sean. So
It's true. It's true.
Thank you for that, Laura. We appreciate that.
Let's all say it's true together, guys. I think that's what Laura wants here.
I don't think that's
I
what
think
she
Laura
wants.
wants us to all say Sean is the only appropriate way to say
I
Sean.
think she just wants to make you feel
Debatable.
better. Yeah.
I think she
I
wants
think
everybody to agree. Let's all say one.
I hope
two.
she feels better though.
Yeah, I do hope she feels
Wow.
better.
Yeah.
Not about the Sean thing, but
Yeah.
This is so fucked.
Can agree to disagree.
Tiffany sends $5 and says, "Hi, first time donating, but I've listened to you guys for ages and love your pod so much. Have to be honest, your intro post-election had me crying. Haven't felt right since the election, and it's been so hard. I truly appreciate everything you guys do." So thank you, Tiffany, for that. Riley sends $1.34 and says, "I've never given my money to men before, but the causes you support warm my heart. I'm so glad I found you all last month. Thank you, John, JAWN, Sean, spelled SCHAN, and Josh, JAWSCH, for being the best men ever. Heart emoji. Gotta say, Riley, fucked up to spell our names that way, except for Sean, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Continue.
I feel like ours is the easiest to spell, you know?
Yeah. John's is literally, ours is basically the same. It's one letter difference. John's mine.
Yeah.
Boo, both of you. You fucking losers.
That's why Tuesdays exist, baby.
Bo sends $31.20, and they sent an Instagram message that John will happily read out for you.
Wait, who's it from? It says Bea on Instagram.
BEA?
Isn't that Bea?
That's B.
B? Bea.
Bo?
B? What would you call it, Sean or Josh?
I said Bo. Could be wrong.
Okay,
I
let's
think
go.
Bo would
Bo,
have
Bea,
a U
B.
on the end.
Maybe. I do know someone who spells it like that goes by Bo. That's why I said that.
Oh.
But I could
Let
be
us
wrong.
know which one's the right one. I'm saying Bea. Hopefully that's correct. But
yeah.
Josh got Bo and Sean got B.
I would be surprised at Bea. I would be surprised at Bea.
All right. So the message goes as, "Hi guys, I'm the one who sent the 31 something donation in PayPal. Here's the rest of my message. Just want to say I only started listening to this podcast last year and I've listened to all 312 episodes.
Holy shit.
I will say I am a self-proclaimed Instagram goat. I always troll John and Chon, spelled CHON, in their IGs.
Who's
and today
that?
after listening to the most recent episode, I felt so lost because I don't have anything to listen to anymore. So I started listening to, and Sean, I gotta say, they wrote this, not me. I started listening to Sean's and Thoughts. And they put total garbage, LOL.
That's fair. That's fair.
I didn't say it. Love you all three, and I especially love the courtroom episodes. Those were hilarious, and I hope there will be a girls versus boys courtroom episode. Thank you for always being the highlight of my day. Well, just gonna be Mondays and Fridays now that I'm all caught up with all the episodes. Love you, John, Josh, and Shant, spelled SHAUGHNT.
Whoa.
Garbage, actually. Worst review we've ever gotten.
I will say, you should just change it to Sean and Thoughts and do an hour-long podcast just by yourself.
I could barely do the 15-minute ones that y'all wanted me to do by myself. I would never, ever do an hour-long podcast by myself.
And I will agree that 2024 Shots and Thoughts, probably their worst year.
Because we didn't exist.
There's no episode.
What do you mean? We had Guess That Sack. That was the greatest TikTok we've ever had.
True. But yes, thank you.
Also, listen to, what do you call it? The Two Boys have their own show. You'd probably like that
I'm not
better.
promoting my shit.
I feel like most people like those ones better.
Maybe.
I'll promote it. I'm Found Dead.
I'm good.
Okay.
But yes, thank you very much for the donation and the message. We appreciate that.
I don't.
Thank you.
But that is it for this episode. Do not forget is the wrong way to put this. We have extended the all merch sale until
it's done now, right?
today. Today will be the last day. Sean's going to forget because a few people have been asking. They're like, "Oh, we get paid, this week or whatever. Can you extend it?" So
It's because y'all didn't get paid like earlier in the month. Y'all just get one payment. That's weird. Y'all are lucky I'm fucking so merciful and nice.
wow. So we convinced.
I was gonna say forgetful, but okay.
we talked Sean down. We talked him down to extend the date.
Y'all, December 1st was on a Sunday. That's prime time for me to change it. It's when it falls during the week is what I'm forgetting. I got other shit going on like work. These two other guys don't know anything.
We don't know anything about that.
Yeah, luckily.
But yeah,
You're
so
right.
go to redditonwikishop.com to get that. Also, we are going to do a discount for Patreon this month. I forgot to promote that at the top. I might do an intro at the beginning. But anyway, so go to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. There will be a code to get 15% off your first month. So go check that out, test it out.
Don't love that.
Well, if they love it, they'll stay, Sean. That's the idea.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Then they pay full price afterwards, Sean.
Yeah. Just the first month, buddy. It's okay.
Don't tell them that.
But yes, thank you, John and Sean, for coming on and giving your takes. Thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing episode, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Later.